Jimmy. All right, so I know you like to play point guard and I like to be a versatile player, but we've talked about this 100 times. I want you to reiterate what this guy means running the offense.
Mm. Oh yeah, he means everything to the team. He the engine that keep everything going for sure. He lead us. He makes sure everybody stay on point, and he makes sure everybody get to their spots on whether that's offense or defense. And he plays hard. So what more could you ask for from a point guard? For sure.
It seemed like you guys were really able to build up momentum on the three-point shot. How important is that element to your offense?
We got shooters everywhere. I mean, we stretched the floor this year, adding Fusini Drame and Andre Savrasov. And, you got these two wild stallions that shoot the ball extremely well. And, I mean, it's just a matter of keep shooting. I mean, he tells us all the time, just, if you miss, keep shooting, keep shooting, keep shooting. And he got strong belief in all of us, so that's why we keep letting it go. And that changed the game when we start hitting our threes.
To either of you, at halftime, you guys had 10 turnovers. You guys settled down and had 8 assists against 1 turnover in the second half. Just how were you guys able to just come together and keep things polished?
We just told ourselves that we're just gonna rally, calm down, and come out and play basketball how we should play basketball. Play our way, and don't let the defense dictate what we do. So that was the main focus at halftime, and that was the message that got across.
Jimmy, talk about your second half and the way you were able to kind of light it up. I mean, did you kind of feel it after the intermission, or what was going well for you?
I felt like I wasn't good for my team the first half, so my mindset was just bring energy on the defensive side coming in the second half, and that helped me get the offense going.
When it comes to monitoring your own minutes, how you're feeling about yourself on the floor, if you're playing 30-plus a lot, how much does it aid you to know that Jimmy can handle the point when necessary, and also how much did it help getting Nichols some minutes in that regard tonight too?
It was great seeing Kaylon out there today, man. I mean, he's young and he's still learning, but he's a great talent, unbelievable talent. And then knowing that I got this guy, to handle his business coming in, playing the point at times is great too, because he can score the ball efficiently. Just playing 30-plus, I think I'm built for it. I'm ready for it, and just got to keep working and keep grinding. At the end of the day, I know they got my back, and they're going to continue to push me, so I'll be ready.
Jimmy, early in the season, we asked what was some of your goals, and you talked about being the A-10 Defensive Player of the Year. 3 games in, it's early, but you're now averaging 20 points, 6 assists, and 3 steals. Are we at the point, and Kareem, you can also talk about this well, where Defensive Player of the Year isn't just the only thing you're considering, where potentially the overall A-10 Player of the Year, and has that your play so far changed your mental part to this, or?
That's a good question. I mean, overall, it's just been more of just focus, because my coaches, they preach to me. I know I want to play at the next level. I know a couple of guys on the team want to play at the next level, so he always emphasizes that defense is what's going to help you get there, and that's what's going to help this team. So that's what I've been focusing on, defense, and the offense has just been coming along, something that I've been getting better with as time go on. So I guess time will tell.
That's not real. He's not really averaging 20 points. That's not real. Nah, I'm just messing. Nah, Jimmy is crazy, man. He's unbelievable talent. I think the Defensive Player of the Year is most definitely in his favor. He's locking up the best players that we play. And offensively, he's just been letting the game come to him. And we're okay with him. Go ahead, shoot it. I know I don't care, but I'm just happy to see how he's been playing lately. We just need him to keep that up so we can keep stacking wins.
Your next opponent Wednesday is Princeton, who's coming off an upset win over Rutgers and beat a really good Hofstra team as well. Could be one of the marquee mid-major matchups. How are you guys coming in as the favorites, considering this is a potential resume builder for y'all?
I think it's just about coming in focused tomorrow, ready to go. This is over with now. This game and Charleston game is over. And now it's about getting ready for Wednesday. And like you said, we just got to be ready. But Coach D going to get us ready. I mean, everybody in here know that. And we just got to come in focused. I'll make sure my guys are focused and be ready to go for sure.
Yes, sir.
You guys seem a little bit more confident, or playing with more confidence this game than the first game alone. Do you agree?
I would have to agree.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely see the team gelling, and it's only gonna get better from here. Each game, we just taking it game by game.
And, you know, you still got Trey Williams, too. You still got big fella number 4 that's going to be back soon. So, you know, we getting there, man. We getting ready. We going to keep putting it together for sure.
For sure.
Thank you.
So we kind of self-destructed in the first half. We just made unforced mistakes on the break. Didn't rebound the ball very well. But the one thing about these guys is they just keep coming back for more. So played much better in the second half, other than the 3-line defense wasn't very good. But that's an old team. Like, they got 5-6 grad students. You know, difficult. Spread you out. Pretty good team.
Questions for Coach? Please remember to use the microphone before asking a question.
Don't be shy.
This is for both coaches. After the Charleston win, what was the mentality and the mindset of the players in the past couple of days coming off of a nationally televised victory? Did you feel like there was any emotional letdown, or that could have led to the first half issues?
No, we actually challenged the guys before the game, letting them know, hey, they need to show a sign of maturity, and I believe we did. You know, our first half wasn't great. We did have some mental mistakes with the turnovers, but like Coach said, we just continue to stay after it, right? Our defense was really good in the first half as well. We just gave up those offensive rebounds. We were a little bit sloppy, but we had tremendous play off the bench as well. So we were locked in, and you know, that was an emotional win the other day, but I think we showed signs of being a mature team and handling it the right way.
So most of you guys don't know Rick McFadden, but Rick's a really high-level coach, and he challenged him hard on that maturity part of it. I think we were a little tired. You know, it was a long trip, and there was a lot going on that trip. You know, like we were on our feet for the day before the game, probably 6-7 hours straight. You know, because we went right to practice. So I thought we were a little sluggish, but I don't think it was from lack of respect for the opponent or not understanding the importance of the game. But you know, the one guy's playing unbelievable, man. Like his production. Do you know who I'm talking about? The one guy's his production in short time periods for the amount of shots he's taken is one of the highest levels that I've seen. Yeah, Fusini, he's been unbelievable, man. Like he's playing himself into a high-level player rather than a role player. Like shooting the ball at a high level, very diversified. You know, he's playing like one of the best players in the league. So if we can continue that, then we have something pretty special. No, he didn't start. No, he hasn't started any games. That's even more impressive. He should, though. But it really doesn't matter who starts, it's who finishes. Go ahead.
Keith, you mentioned how the team was sluggish coming out, yet you're still able to get a 10-0 run. You were still able to take a decent lead into the intermission. How are you guys able to overcome your deficiencies in the first half and still be able to be productive?
Well, we're excuse me. We're explosive at both ends. We're erratic explosive, but we're explosive. So like, you know, we can go bang, bang, bang. Jimmy can get to the basket almost any time he wants. Day can bomb in a long one. That's why sometimes you got to live with the double-edged sword. You know, those guys have they do some things that'll drive you crazy, but you got to live with it. What was that? Tim Benz helped me. Didn't you tell me? Yeah, the Mike Sullivan line is so true. We don't want to take the stick out of their hands. Because, you know, Jimmy will run at the ball, but he'll steal some of those. Jimmy will take a couple bad shots, but he'll make some of those. You know, same with Day. So I think that's why we're capable of going bang, 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 which all good teams do. It's a game of spurts. I think if we can improve one area, if we can improve our low block scoring a little bit, then we take another step. We have to improve that area, I think.
With back to Fusini, with his role as he continues to excel, you've had some good six men also that have just changed the game with what they're able to bring. How do you determine if he continues this heat, or if the role goes maybe to sixth man first off the bench, or maybe just depending on look if you decide to elevate beyond that?
I don't know. I'll probably just talk to him and ask him if it's okay. To be honest with you, like, he's playing at such a high level, it's only the right thing to do. He's, if he continues to play like that, but it's helped Andre. He's playing with more confidence because we didn't pull the plug on him when he struggled. We knew Andre was a good player. What about you, Drew?
Yeah, I mean, back to what you said. It doesn't really matter who starts the game, and our guys are coming to grips with whatever opportunity presents itself. They're just taking advantage of it, and I think that's the sign of a special team. Whatever minutes you go in there for, make the most of them, and that's what he's been able to do. And it's been beneficial if we have rough starts to have that young man coming off your bench with that type of production. That's a special thing.
How'd you guys feel managing the minutes went without Trey distributing what his minutes usually are?
Good question. I thought we had foul trouble with the two young big ones, so that kind of changed some things. But the one guy gives you tremendous versatility, Jakob. He gives you unbelievable versatility so you can withstand some even smaller centers because he's 6'9.5", and he's playing the 2, the 3, the 4. He knows every position. He's probably the smartest guy on our team. So that helps you be able to withstand some of that. I think the two young centers will play better. They haven't played great yet, but they're capable of being good players. I need to lay off of them. That's probably half of it. I'm crushing them on every play, which isn't probably very good for their psyche.
Going off Trey's absence, what can you guys do to sort of fill the role that he leaves behind, just for obviously temporary?
Go ahead, Drew.
Step up. I mean, that's honestly what they have to do. There's an opportunity there for each one of those bigs, and we can rotate them into different spots. They have to step up, right? They have to provide post play like they did tonight and rebound the basketball. And also, one thing Trey Williams gave to us is some comfort. He's been in the system for 3 years now. He knows the ins and outs of everything. So that is important. So those guys, they have to study. They got to learn the system, the inside and outs of it, and just be ready to play.
I think that the Trey Williams thing hurts us short term and helps us long term because it forces us to play those young guys, right, which will develop them, which could be a big deal for us.
Speaking of playing young guys, you gave a few minutes to freshman Nichols in this game. What have you seen from him in the past week that sort of helped reward this opportunity? And did the Jimmy Clark foul trouble situations against Charleston play a factor in wanting to give another guard minutes?
We almost played him last game. He's practiced much better. He's a good player. He just plays behind a couple good players. I mean, and you can only play so many guys that have any good continuity. But he's going to be a good player. He's an unbelievable athlete. He's the first one in the gym every day. He's made strides. He's stronger than he looks. He can shoot it from deep. I think he's going to be a good player. And his character, I know Drew's talked to him at length about a few things, so I'll let Drew kind of talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's, the first time in his basketball playing career that he ever received 2 DNPs. I talked with him the other day about it, and I thought the biggest key was, hey, you're new to this. You're a freshman. You just have to stay ready, stay engaged on the bench, understand what's going on the court, and you never know when that opportunity is going to present itself. But you got to be in the right mindset to take advantage of it. If you're not, those are the times when you fail. And I think, we had that talk, and honestly, he was ready to go. He stepped right in, and we didn't miss a beat.
I thought he did a really good job of pressuring up the floor, which helps us because now they're playing their top line guard and our guy's sitting there resting. You know, that's a huge deal. You know, his ability to pressure the basketball helped us. And then he made a pull-up jump shot, which was gravy.
Keith, you've been through stretches like this before where it's day, game, day, game, day, game. Just how do you manage the potential lack, if complete lack, of practice and harp on the maturity, the feel, and the emotion of it all?
Well, probably the hardest thing is Princeton's next, which we all know about that system. So you need prep time, and clearly we're not going to have great prep time. But look, we're just going to go out and play. And I kind of tell our guys, look, just let it rip and play and quit thinking so much. You know, I think that we're better when we just play. So it's like a pro schedule right now. Like, you know, it was a long trip. We had 2 days, 1 day, 1 day. So I kind of like it in a way. Nobody really wants to practice all that much anyway, right? They sure as hell don't, right? They'd rather play than practice. So they like those little 45 minutes or hour practices where they can, you know, go home and sleep.
We saw last year there was a few games where Jimmy Clark was able to go off offensively, and so far this year averaging 20 points, but you've also asked him to be more of a distributor as well as being a standout defender. Are there any concerns that he might be doing, say, too much, that it could burn him out down the road, or are you comfortable with him being able to essentially do it all for you guys?
You get the hard questions. Our guys will go home and sleep. Go ahead.
I think he's doing what, and I know Coach has talked to him a lot about the playmaking side, and honestly, he's doing what Coach has asked of him. He's got a good motor. I don't think we're too concerned with him tiring out, but we also have a group of guards that are going to be able to help out as well. But Jimmy, he does some amazing things on offense, and he's tough to stay in front of, and I think he enjoys it.
So I'll touch base on that a little bit. So clearly Jimmy has high aspirations for when he leaves here, and athletically he's high level, right? So he has to make some improvements to really get what he wants. And one of the things I hit him really hard on after the game was like, look, man, you shot the ball pretty good, but you really didn't guard to the level you're capable of guarding. And if you really want to get what you want out of all this, you have to be the best defender in the country, because he's got some things he's got to work on, but he's capable of disrupting. And so he's been, and Drew will tell you, he's been really unbelievably coachable, like, because he trusts what we tell him, and we're trying to get him where he wants to get. That's why we've been playing him, you know, with the ball more. And Drew's right, like, nobody in the country can stay in front of him one-on-one. His ability now to make simpler plays has helped him, you know, clean up a little bit. But he's just scratching the surface. He's not where he wants to be. But you're talking about a guy that 4 years ago when we played VCU, we didn't guard because he couldn't make anything. And he's become a pretty good shooter now, like pretty deep. And with that quickness to the basket, and you know he's ambidextrous, he can go left and right. He's probably play on almost any team in the country, in my estimation.
Coach Dambrot, to the couple players that came out, at the last substitution of the game before the final whistle of the game, what did you tell them?
I'm 65. I can't remember what I said 1 year ago. I really don't know. I liked our mindset. You know, like I just appreciate that they care about each other. They're good to be around. We're gonna have some moments where we fight, just like every family, but they're a good bunch of guys, and it's been an unbelievable learning experience because of all those foreigners. They've been fun. All right, thanks for coming. See you Wednesday.